Hi everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a really exciting video for me, personally. I don't know the next time I'm going to do one of these, but I'm excited to do one now. It is my first official book haul of 2018. I'm looking at all the books ahead of me. I haven't counted them yet, but what I have for you is an entire collection of things that I got for Christmas presents, for like gift cards, with gift cards like after Christmas, and then also the Boxing Day sale from Book Outlet. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I just had like a 41 plus book haul when I ordered on Thanksgiving, so I will link that in the cards up above. But this one I went maybe not as hard. I have, let's see, 38 books, so close to that 41, but 38. So I'm going to go over everything for you. I will give you a breakdown of what I ordered personally on Amazon, what I ordered from Book Outlet, what I got as gifts, and what I got from Owlcrate, because I'm going to include those books. I have not included those in the past, but I do have December and January's books to show you. I will not be putting the cover up for January's book because I don't want to spoil anybody. So I'm just going to show you the naked book because that doesn't change, but Owlcrate's cover is exclusive. So if you don't want a spoiler for the Owlcrate book for this month, I will let you know before it comes. I have some gifts I'm going to show you. First up was The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. This one was gifted to me by Dylan. I will have everybody I mentioned listed down below as well. He very, very kindly gifted me this one before Christmas. Actually, he gave this to me early so that I could read it around Christmas time because it is like Christmas themed. It is a Scrooge retelling. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. It was 3 stars. It was a perfectly fine read. I love the deckled edges. I love the cover. I'm keeping it. But it's not going to be like an all-time fave read for me, which is fine. Not everything is. I also got Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's We Should All Be Feminists from Dylan, and he really loved this, and I can totally see why. Like, I absolutely get it. For me, this was a very, very beginner course to feminism, and I consider myself a feminist. A lot of the stuff that was in here I already knew. I can see why it's important. It just didn't give me any new information or any new insight, but I did really like it. If you want to know more about those are both in my December wrap-up, and I will link that up above. I actually can't remember, but I want to say this is from Dylan. I got Did I Mention I Love You by Estelle Miscami. I think that's how you say it. I'm excited to read this. This is a trilogy. I only got book 1, and I will be waiting a little bit before I read this, but I do still have some Amazon credits, so I think I'm going to get the other 2 books. But I might wait and make sure I love this one first. But I've heard really good things. Like, I've heard it's really good, and I would like it to be really good, maybe for Contemporary-a-thon. It's a lot of pink on the cover, don't you think? If you don't know our Contemporary-a-thon challenges yet, I'll have it linked above and below. The amazing, lovely, can't stand it, how much I love her, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, knew I had been wanting this book series and that I wanted a specific edition, and she got it for me. It is the UK edition paperbacks of A Darker Shade of Magic series, or the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I had read book 1 as well as book 2. Was this book 3? That's book 3. As well as book 2 on audiobook. So I read both of these already, and I really, really loved these copies. So I got both of those as well as book 3, which is like a chunka. And I have not finished this yet, and I'm very, very excited to do so. I love the way these look together, so I'm very excited to put these up on my shelf next to my Monsters of Verity series, because I'm very excited about them, to be honest. Like, no joke, very, very pumped. I had a book from Amber, from Amber's Books and More, that I'm super stoked on. It's The Ghostwriter by Alessandra Torre. And she wrote the Deanna Madden series, which I loved. She also wrote Black Lies, which I did not love, but that's okay. We already had the live show for that, so if you want to check it out, I will link it up above. It was on my channel. And it's about a girl who wrote a whole bunch of books, and I think there's some like murder mystery in this. Amanda from A Court of Books and Love sent me Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert, which I really want to read soon. I know Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads really loved this, and I have not read it yet, so I'm very excited to read this. But I'm very, very thankful to Amanda for sending this to me for Christmas because I'm very stoked to read it. I was also sent The Tribulations of August Barton by Jennifer LeBlanc, who is an indie author. She sent this to me unsolicited. like very kindly signed it and everything. It was amazing and lovely, and I have since sent her my book. We've both read and reviewed each other's works, really loved it and connected. So I really appreciate that. And it was a really fun, really interesting story about a boy who is a freshman in college, and he's kind of navigating anxiety and dorm life and a new relationship, and a grandmother who is just escaping her old age home left and right, who is a retired prostitute. She's amazing. It was a really cute story. I really enjoyed it. The entire Iron Fae series by Julie Kagawa, and this was kindly sent to me by Taylor from Bookish Taylor, who will be linked down below. I desperately want to reread this series. Iron King, Iron Daughter, Iron Queen, and Iron Knight. This is a series about Fae that I remember loving. I know I read it forever ago, and I just can't remember anything about it. So this will be a part of my reread this year. I will definitely be getting to these because I am super, super intrigued and I want to know more. Let's get into my book outlet Boxing Day haul. They had a decent sale, so I got a couple more of the Hollow series books that I really needed that I don't have yet, and I wanted to complete my collection. So I got Kim Harrison's The Undead Pool, and I also got The Witch with No Name. You guys know this is like a fave of mine. I think there's only one or two I don't have left. And then I will have all of the pocket editions. I will reread this at some point soon. I'm not going to do like all of them in 1 year or anything, but I do want to start like reintroducing myself to this story. It's just so hard to find reread time, but this is like one of my ultimate goals to do 1 year at some point. I also picked up One Dark Throne, which is the sequel to Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. I'm not sure. I am excited to own this, and I loved the first one. Definitely want to continue and read the second book and then the other one because I really did like her writing style. So I'm excited to get to this one eventually at some point. Also, because I'm trash apparently for Cassandra Clare, even though I don't like uber love her stuff, I picked up this because I love Simon. Like I do, out of all the characters, really, really love Simon. So I picked up Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, which is like a series of short stories, but I know that a lot of these follow Simon, and I really wanted to know more about him because we get little like bits of information in the Dark Artifices series that like lead me to believe more stuff happened to him, and I don't know what it is. So I will be reading this so that I can figure out what exactly happened to him. I also picked up another in the Wicked Lovely series. I thought it was over, guys. It isn't. This is Desert Tales, and this is a Wicked Lovely novel. This is just a return to that world. I don't know, but I'm gonna read it because I'm very stoked. I got Bridget Camamir's Letters to the Lost. Yes. I don't know anything about it. I picked it up because it's beautiful and it looked really, really cool. I got Leanne Moriarty's, I got Big Little Lies. This is the like TV show adaptation cover, which I'm not like stoked on, but for a couple bucks I picked this up. I've heard great things and I just don't know anything about it. I legit don't know any spoilers, nothing about it, so I'm gonna see what I think. I also picked up Roar because cover, like I know it's a fantasy, I know there's a female lead, I'm assuming it's an awesome female lead, I hope, but that cover is so pretty. This one is by Cora Karamak. I'm gonna read it. Melissa Marr, Wicked Lovely series. This series is about Fae as well. This is 7 Black Diamonds and 1 Blood Ruby. I don't know which one comes first. These are 2 of a new series following different Fae, but still Fae. I've heard decent things about them from people that love Fae. You guys know I love Fae. I need more Fae in my life. I don't think 2 is all that there are in this series, but that's all that they had on Book Outlet that day, and I was fine with it. I was definitely picking them up. I also picked up Radio Silence. This one is by Alice Oseman. I've heard amazing things about this from everybody who has picked it up, so I'm excited to read that and see what I think. I picked up Anya's Ghost, which is a middle grade graphic novel, and I've heard really good things about this too, and because it was on Book Outlet and so affordable, I picked it up because I figured if I enjoyed it, I might let my nieces read it. Anya's Ghost by Vera Broskel. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, and this is an anthology by a whole bunch of different people. Stories selected by April Genevieve Tushulk. These are apparently semi-terrifying, so those are probably going to wait until October, but who knows. I picked up a couple by Christina Lauren. This is Sublime and also The House. Christina Lauren is a writing duo that I have enjoyed-ish in the past. I didn't love Dating You, Hating You, but I really loved Roomies. So I picked up a couple of their other books. These are older ones. I believe that these are contemporary romance, but this one says a haunting tale. This one also looks like it could be super spooky. So I don't know if these are more like sexy time or if they're more scary, but they're both pretty cool to have for a couple bucks. I'll take it. Also in my Thanksgiving haul, you saw that I found a series that was by Kim Harrison, and it was like a really short little like novella like book series, and I picked up one of the books and then I realized it was like book 3, I think, of the series. This one is book 2. It's still not even book 1, but they didn't have book 1 yet. This is Early to Death, Early to Rise, also by Kim Harrison, who writes that Hollow series. So I still have to find book 1. 17 dead and in charge of heaven's dark angels, all itching to kill someone. That sounds amazing. I also picked up This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills because cover, this book is beautiful. I don't actually know what the naked cover looks like, and I feel like it's going to be something pretty because I think her other book has something pretty. Yes. Are you crapping me? Look at that. Can you see how pretty that is with my ring light? It's got like waves and stars on it, and it's the same on the back. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous naked book. I think about the kind of love as we increase in altitude, how maybe it doesn't stand for romance. Maybe it works as friendship too. Maybe there's a kind of friend love that opens you up. Maybe you didn't have to have a place for it within you before, but once it finds you, crawls inside and makes a space for itself, you can't live without it ever again. I'm excited to read this, and it's just a beautiful book. I also got Love Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, which is the follow-up to Stargirl, which you guys know destroyed me, broke my heart, made me cry so, so much, and I cannot wait to read this. This will probably be a contemporary-a-thon read because it's nice and small. I also picked up Amina's Voice, which I believe is an Own Voices book. This is by Hina Khan. I want to say this is Own Voices about a Pakistani girl. I think this is a middle grade. I'm assuming that it's about a Pakistani girl because the author is Pakistani, but I don't know for sure. But I've heard really good things about it. It's a very, very short book. I'm just really excited to read this. It's about a young girl using her voice to bring people together, it says on the inside. That was it, actually, for my book outlet order. I have a couple other books that I got from Amazon. I picked up Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash. This one is a memoir graphic novel that I'm really hoping to get to for Contemporary-a-thon. This is about a coming of age, I believe, at like a camp, about a bisexual girl or a lesbian. I think it's bisexual. I also picked up The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black because Faye. Really all I needed to know was Faye. And I did annotate this. I wrote in this one as I read through. You can see I've got like little notes in the margin and underlines. And I really enjoyed this. This was a 4-star read for me. It wasn't as Faye-based as I wanted it to be, but it was still pretty Faye, and I am here for it. I got Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which I could not believe I had not read yet. I have read The Upside of Unrequited, but I hadn't read this book, and I really, really wanted to. It was on my Amazon wish list, and it wasn't fulfilled, so I picked it up for myself because I really didn't want to be without it. I also picked up Girl Out of Water by Laura Silverman. This is a book that I talked about in my Instagram stories. I saw this when it first came out, and then I didn't really see much buzz about it, but I was really interested in it. It had like a really cool premise. I think that this is about a girl who kind of has like her whole year ahead of her. She's like a surfer. She's really like, she knows what her life is. And then her aunt is in an accident. Something happens. She goes to live with her family and start to take care of them. And it's in like Nebraska, totally landlocked. She's not surfing anymore. She kind of loses her identity that way. She meets somebody, and then, you know, does she want to go home? Does she want to stay here? What kind of happens to her? It's a contemporary, but what really drew me to this book in the end and what made me pick this up was discussion that came about with this book and Goodreads. So Laura Silverman is Jewish, and she was very, very outspoken during the Trump campaign and during a lot of what happened post-Trump campaign with the Nazis in America. The author was very vocal about the neo-Nazis and the Nazis that were out protesting and the strength that Trump gave them. And they then went and found her Goodreads, and a whole bunch of these like Nazis and Nazi supporters gave her 1-star ratings, and her book plummeted. And I think it really, really hurt the launch. And so I decided that I wanted to support her by purchasing this book and hopefully giving it a great recommendation and a great review once I'm done reading it, because I just think that's bullshit. So I'm excited to give this a read. I also picked up Jeff Zentner's The Serpent King, which you guys know I already have in hardback, but I really, really wanted this quote cover edition of the paperback. It is beautiful. The quote says, "If you're going to live, you might as well do painful, brave, beautiful things." And I love this book. I will be rereading this year as well and doing annotation in this. I just think it is a stunning cover. I'm very excited to have this. And then lastly that I bought for myself was Beneath the Sugar Sky, a finished hardback copy. I got this from Barnes & Noble pre-order. pre-order, and I pre-ordered it because it was a signed book by Shauna Maguire. You guys know I love this. I got an arc of this from Tor. They were phenomenal, and this was a 5-star read for me. I adore this book. I adore this series. These characters are rich and diverse and amazing, and the worlds really grip me. I just think that they are so beautiful, so I had no problems paying for my own finished copy. This one was actually pre-ordered before I even got the arc of the book. I knew that I wanted this and I wanted a signed book. My actual Down Among the Sticks and Bones is signed as well, so I have 2 of them signed, and the first one is not. I will eventually probably look for Every Heart a Doorway signed as well, but I'm very excited to have this in my collection. And then I have a couple of the Owl Crate books. First up was Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, which is another book the same as the This Adventure Ends. So I don't know too much about this. I know it's a contemporary. This is the exclusive Owl Crate cover. I'm very excited to read this. I'm hoping I love her writing. I love her like chapter pages. There's fun artwork in it. The cover for this one, just like the other one, has blue with like silver. This one has black and then blue, and the swirl pattern on both sides. They're gorgeous books, and I'm very excited to have this. And then the last book of this is actually the spoiler for January's Owl Crate, so if you don't want to see this, look away. But it is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I have the cover off because I don't want to spoil the cover. I guess the book is not as big of a deal, but the exclusive cover, I don't know. If you want to see it, you can go to my Owl Crate video. It's linked up above. But I'm in the middle of reading this and annotating it. I'm on page 120. I've got some tabs for like more important things, but I'm going through and annotating and writing the heck out of this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm excited to continue with that read. And that has been all 38 of the books that I have acquired since like Christmas. And I'm hoping to slow down and not to go too crazy, but I do have a couple Amazon gift cards still left and a Barnes & Noble gift card still left. So at some point I will probably be getting more books, and I am not sorry. I went on a large no-buy last year for the end of the year, and I will probably do a low buy through the end of this one, but there are a couple books that I really want still that I will probably treat myself to. So that has been this particular unboxing. I will also have one coming up soon with bookish candles and bookmarks, because I have a couple orders coming in. I do have some of the candles already back here that I ordered from Briarwick Candles. I will have them listed down below, and I'll show you all the ones that I got later. But if you want to see the unboxings as they come in, definitely follow me on Insta Stories. My links for social media are down below. My Insta Story, everything is listed down below, as well as a link to Quills and Keys, my professional editing company, and also to my book. If you were interested in that, Shoot Down the Wendy Bird, it's all down below. I will also have listed down below a channel survey that is on a Google Doc. If you are interested in taking the channel survey, there's also an option at the end of that survey to be entered for a really cool giveaway that I am doing, and the details are all within that doc. But essentially, the channel survey gives me vital feedback for my channel. It also is a chance for you to enter to potentially have the name that you pick and you give me as one of the Fae in the book series that I am writing. So if you were interested in having your name show up in one of my books as a Fae, then definitely go ahead and check out that channel survey and fill it out and give me your feedback, as well as some information about your Fae, your name, your email, so I can contact you if you win. But I would love your honest feedback on my channel and the opportunity for you guys to be named in my book, which would be really cool. So go and do that. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.